So what can you say about strangers, huh? You don't know them, you don't trust them, and sometimes they stalk you online. That's a story for another day. Now granted, even the people you don't know are special and have good qualities, but the ones you trust are your friends and your family, people you feel comfortable around. Cause strangers just wanna grab your face. Pretty sure we've all had encounters like these. I mean, some of the biggest jerks you meet in your life are just your average Joe. Or people who are just clinically insane. I mean, one of my weirdest encounters with a stranger happened when I was walking home from work. Some random lady with a wicked beard and mustache, I'm not kidding, walked up to me saying,
"Hey, you! There was a black lady over there. A real black lady."
Followed up by some other weird nonsense. I was uncomfortable and offended. I mean, I may not look it, but I'm quarter black. Who you think you are insulting my family when you're over here looking like Hagrid? I honestly didn't know how to respond, and I don't like confrontation, so I just kind of stood there awkwardly listening to her mad ramblings until I was just like, okay, see ya. Looking back, I kind of have to wonder what would have happened if I had told her my mom was black. She probably would have imploded. But then again, I wasn't about to risk getting shanked by some bearded lady, so screw that noise. Another unusual encounter I had was when I was walking my dog right across from a bus depot. You know, one of those places where buses get repaired and such. So I was tip-tapping across the street, and then some dude walked right up to me. And then he asked if he could borrow my phone. To reiterate, he walked right up to me, right in the middle of the road, while I was crossing the street. From the bus depot, no less, so chances are, this dude got off at the wrong stop. Now, I'm a bit of an overly trusting person. Unfortunately, this mentality has bitten me in the butt more times than I can count. Fortunately, I'm a man who also learns from his mistakes. When I refused to give this strange man my expensive cellular device, he turned a big ol' 180 and started calling me names. I'm glad I didn't give you my phone. Screw you, buddy. Bring your own phone, you schmuck. I didn't say that. I don't like confrontation. Not to mention, I have the right not to trust a strange man with my phone. My adoptive mom also had a pretty scary encounter with a stranger. She was just driving her car one day and she stopped at a stop sign when suddenly a dude with a knife opened up her car door trying to stab her. He was yelling hysterically, and he was most likely insane. I'm gonna stab you. But before he could actually get into the car, she kicked the door into his stupid face and hit the gas and made a run for it. My mom never reported him to the police, but thankfully she never saw angry stabby dude ever again. I literally didn't know about the last part until recently. This last one occurred not too long ago, right before I made this video in fact. I was just walking my dog, as per usual, because I never leave the house without my little snuggle wumpus. But just as I was returning home, I heard someone yelling on the other side of the street. Some dude was yelling and cursing into his phone. Not only was this guy pissed, he was using every bad word in the book, even the racist ones. I see people like that every once in a while, so I just kept walking. But then, he suddenly walked to my side of the street. Oh Lord, have mercy. Now this hysterically angry, swearing man was right behind me, still swearing up a storm like he had just lost a game of Fortnite. Now, I kept a straight face during all this, but in my head I'm like, walk faster, walk faster, walk faster, walk faster, oh God! Unfortunately, since my dog has tiny little penguin legs, he can't walk all that fast. Or won't. So this dude was catching up to me, and I'm about to dump my pants. But I managed to get away at a crosswalk. Whew. Okay, actually just reading this made me anxious, because I remembered this man was so angry. Now, I'm not gonna list every single encounter I've had with random people, because not every story is all that interesting. But the moral of the story...
Ooh, I got a story to tell. Up. Nope, my turn.
Humph!
Anyways, so my weird encounter occurred in the middle of the night. I was driving to work for a grave shift, to which my post was located in the middle of nowhere. The paved country road had no streetlights, and any buildings located in the general area were few and far in between. All of a sudden, my headlights were shining on an old man in a wheelchair in the middle of the road. He actually, very quickly, moved out of the way, and I just slowly passed by and kept going, looking behind to see him disappear back into the darkness. I almost thought it might have been a ghost, But then, an acquaintance I'd known also saw the guy on a different day. Someone called the cops, and he was taken care of properly. And that's the mini tale I got for here. There's actually more stories from my end on my channel, known as Sketchy Al. Winky face. Okay, Takoji, back to you. Takoji? Whoopsie doodles!
Also, please remember to check out Al's channel. She's a great artist and she also makes storytime videos. She also helped storyboard the video, so thanks Al. Couldn't have done it without you. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please remember to stay safe, wash your face, and don't touch your hands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that right.